Malaysia's metal scene has deep roots, with one of the earliest scenes in Asia tracing back to the emergence of Black Fire in 1982, originally known as Metal Ghost. However, it wasn't until the mid-1980s that the nation's capital, Kuala Lumpur, began to catalyze a thriving underground metal community, earning its status as the country's inaugural metal scene. While Kuala Lumpur took the spotlight as the first metal hub in Malaysia, Sarawak emerged as a significant contender for the second underground scene. Kuching, the capital city of Sarawak, boasted a burgeoning metal scene since 1987, notably marked by the formation of Ungodly Death, led by Mani, often hailed as the pioneers of Sarawakian metal. Following Ungodly Death's establishment, there was the formation of Senseless, formerly Senseless Death, formed in 1988, solidifying Sarawak's metal presence. Hindered by limited recording facilities in their hometown in the 1980s, bands like Ungodly Death and Senseless relied on live performances as their primary means of proving their existence. The early 1990s ushered in a new era for Sarawakian metal, with Kuching witnessing the emergence of recording studios. Senseless seized this opportunity, releasing their debut demo, Terminal of Death, in 1991, followed by Ungodly Death's Lost Nations, in 1992. Prior to those releases, if records were proven to be correct, the band Psycho Death is the first metal band from Sarawak to release a demo. They released their self-titled demo in 1988. Another Kuching band known as Immortal would release a demo entitled Avenger of Blood 2 years later in 1990 as well. Immortal would later rebrand themselves as Mentally Murdered. Additionally, 1991 saw Vomit enter the scene with their demo, Blossom in Putrid, among other bands contributing to Sarawak's growing metal landscape. There are other underground metal bands which has come into existence in Kuching during the early 1990s as well. Among them are Sputum, which is actually the reincarnation of Psycho Death, Lost Infidel, Blockhead, and Unitheism, just to name a few. Throughout the years and up to the time that this video was made, there are many bands which were spawned in Kuching City as well, and those bands are Borneo Noise Unit, Kero, The End, which would later be known as Sacrament, Roblitz, Keruntuk, Coming Sakti, Ni Yang, Death Crob, Jelmaan, Obsolete, Senso Vieira, Militant Attack, Deadshot, Foxhole, Tula, Kerburst, White Raja, Lagam Hitam, Angel Crucifier, Severe Bleeding and many more. The Kuching underground metal scene was however not the only underground metal scene that was in existence in Sarawak in the 1990s. This is because in the 1990s, there was a scene movement created by Sarawakian metalheads in Sarawak's central region in which they would call their own scene the Unholy Triangle. The reason why they call their scene the Unholy Triangle is because the scene is made up of 3 locales in the central Sarawakian region, namely Matudaro, Cebu and Sarikei. The Unholy Triangle scene of Sarawak is unlike their counterparts in Kuching. Although Kuching boasts a dedicated following of death metal and grindcore enthusiasts, The Unholy Triangle followers however predominantly lean towards black metal, although some also favor death metal. The Unholy Triangle scene is also unique as the scene is based in the Sarawakian Melano tribal heartland. Bands from the scene would often infuse their music with the tribal cultural motives. Among the earliest bands to be formed in the Unholy Triangle metal scene are La Rom, which was formed in 1991 and was originally known as Epitaph. The band originally hails from Matu. Then there was the formation of Worship from the village of Tian, Matu, which was formed in 1992, and Cremation from Cebu, which was also formed in 1992. Throughout the years, the Unholy Triangle scene was often considered as a strong metal scene from Sarawak, sometime overshadowing their counterparts in Kuching. In discussions about the Unholy Triangle scene, one individual stands out as synonymous with the scene, and that person is Tarzadin of the band La Rom. He has been the driving force behind the scene since its inception in the 1990s and to the time that this video is made. The Unholy Triangle scene also helped produce bands that represented Sarawak well in the underground metal scene. Those bands are bands such as Shamanic Rites, Unholy Sin, Immolate, Sactism, Shadow, Butcherer, Suicide, Voltan, Varlet, Naratik, Wajan, Unconscious, Conception and a few others. Sarawak nevertheless can consider itself lucky in the underground metal world, as it is blessed with two strong underground metal scenes since the 1990s and to the time that this video was made.